We are live. Greetings. Welcome to Meet Me at the Painting Table. Today we're doing another painting episode and we're doing another X-Men Marvel United. I'm super excited to start painting up some more of these figures. In the last painting one we did the Wolverine and we started working on Cable. Well, I finished Cable, so I'm excited to show it to you. And we're going to start work on a Sentinel. I'm pretty excited. Sentinels are pretty iconic. We'll see if I can get these close to right. Hopefully everybody's able to join me in the chat. It'll be a lot of fun to see everybody here. And let's get to seeing what we're going to be painting. So the first thing we're doing is I'm going to show you Cable. First, we're going to show you Cable because I'm pretty excited for that. So I did get a chance to finish him. He's right here. So let me show you what I got here for you. He is this guy right here. I finished him up. He looks pretty cool. I just need to do his eyebrows and then he's going to be all set, I think. That'll be the way it's going to go. At least that's the plan here. So that's what he looks like. I got him up and running. He looks pretty neat. I think he's going to be pretty awesome. And that's going to be the character I'm going to play in Marvel United. We'll see if it actually pans out. The other one I'm going to be doing is now we're going to be painting up a Sentinel. These are the Sentinels. These things are huge. They're super cool. Let me show you right here. They are like big. Here's it next to my face. It's absolutely huge. So pretty excited to start working on this thing. And they are iconic. I tried to pull up some pictures of them. I couldn't get too many pictures up for them. So what I'm going to do is, well, I finished one. I finished one Sentinel, so I'll show you what I did with them, and then I'll show you what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and sadly, no matter what I don't like about them, we're probably still going to paint them on exactly the same because they're so close. There's no difference really in them. They all pretty much look the same. If anybody's ever seen the old 80s cartoon, that was where I originally kind of looked for some inspiration from it. Also, the Cool Mini or Not, I think, had some pictures of it on their webpage. So in theory, that should be where we're trying to get a lot of our inspiration from these things. So let's take a look at what I've got here for the Sentinel. This is the Sentinel I have finished. It's 99% done. There's only one more thing I need to do for it, but I have it pretty much done. It looks like this. This is the first Sentinel I painted up. We had Arts and Crafts Day on Monday, which was one of the what do you call it? Arts and Crafts Day. We had Arts and Crafts Day for our beginning of summer vacation here at our house. So we started painting up some things. My son painted up a treasure chest, and I painted up a Sentinel. So it worked out pretty good. What style will you be painting them? That's a great question. Great question. Game Hoarder, good to see you here. Thank you for joining. We are going to be painting a Sentinel. I'm going to try to make it look similar to the 80s version one from the old cartoons. I don't know. I'm doing my best here. But here's, in theory, what it's going to look like once it gets all painted up. This is one that I already painted. I'm going to be painting up one tonight, though. I wanted to kind of get a test run on one of these and see if it actually is going to work out for us. And it turned out pretty good. I'm okay with it. I just have to finish off the base. I didn't get to finish the base how I wanted it, but that's okay. Ran out of time during arts and craft time on summer vacation. So, because that has started now that the kids are out of school. So I do have another one, and we're going to paint this one up as well. And I'm going to show you everything I did and all the colors and things and all the techniques I used to get this guy looking like this. That's my goal tonight. We're going to make it all look like that. Here's our gray Sentinel. He's been primed. I'll tell you right now, these things were a pain in the butt to prime. Oh my gosh. Is that contrast over a silver base? No, actually, Liquider Game, it is not. I will show you my neat little trick here soon. This was a pain to prime. I primed them just straight gray with Gray Sear Primer that I got over at my local Friendly Gaming store. They have a thing there for it. These were dark purple or light purple or something. They were super hard to prime because I had to make sure I get every little spot. Otherwise, you're going to see some of the purple through it. And even then, I think there's still some that I might have missed a little bit here and there. Like right inside this. Like this is the color they look like. It was really, really tough to get them fully gray. And even the base is still not fully gray. You might still see a little bit of pink in it. Not much I can do about that. We're just going to leave it as is. I could paint this whole thing. That's the deal. So what we're going to do start with is we are going to start with my neat trick. Let's see here. I used, for this Sentinel here, we used this blue, this crystal blue from Army Painter. And that's the first color we're going to use. What would I drop? Nothing important, I hope. Okay. It wasn't the Sentinel, that's half the battle. So I'm going to use my crystal blue is what we're going to use first. And I have my little palette here. We're going to use, or not palette, I've got these little painting trays, this is what I use. I use these painting trays. These is what I use. I use all these little painting trays. This is what I use. I like these. You can scratch out some of the old paint you use and get rid of it and then just reuse it. That's what I do. I don't do anything fancy. Nothing fancy here on my channel. So we're going to take some of this, throw it in there. Let's get some dried on top of it here. Let's get the dried paint out of there. And put some in there. We're going to put, about that much. We'll start with that much, see how it goes here. I put just a little bit in there. Now, here comes my neat trick. Are you ready? It is the greatest trick of all time. Nope, it's not that. Where did my greatest trick go? Oh, it's over here. I put it up on top. I put it right up here. This is my secret weapon of choice. It is, I've shown this before, but I use it for so many other things. This is my metal medium. This will turn any color into more of a metallic type color. So I shake this up a little bit, and we're going to add it to our blue right here. And you actually want to be pretty liberal with it. For every drop you use of real paint, you want to maybe put about 2 of this stuff into it. That's the deal. It's almost a 2-to-1 type deal, and even then you might want to put a little bit more. So we're going to mix that up. We're going to mix that up, and you're going to see that the blue is going to still be, it's going to be quite blue, but you're going to see a little metallic hue to it. And then our goal is to go over all the blue parts. We have a pretty good idea of where we're going to go. So we want to hit the shoulders. We want to get this big, huge, giant thing here. We want to get the arm, almost the entire hand. Notice they do have a little bit of silver on the hand here, so we're going to try to keep that silver. So I think with this guy, we are going to start right here on the arm. I think right on this arm, we're just going to start here and start going. That's going to be the plan here. So we're going to start painting right up there. And this, the cool thing about this is I don't have to be as delicate as I do with most paints. The other one we're going to use is a pink, and we're going to do very similar style as this. The problem with that pink, though, is the pink is going to be a contrast. It actually, believe it or not, you can use the contrast paints with these silverish, with the silver paint stuff, the metallic stuff. The problem is it loses the idea of what a contrast paint is. So I got to watch out for that. I used to add silver to Army Painter paint speed paints too. Looks good. Oh, that's not a bad idea. That would be a really good plan as well. And I actually have a, now that you mention it, that would have been probably the way to go. I'm just so used to doing metals this way, by adding this metal medium to it. But that would have been actually a really good plan too, because I actually have probably the exact blue I should have used for this. Because I do think this is a little bit too light of a blue color for these guys. But what can I say? So yeah, adding silver to Army Painter speed paints, that's not a bad idea. I'll have to remember to do that. That would have been a really good idea. Now the problem, of course, with assembled miniatures, like I've talked about last time, is sometimes you might hit the stuff that you don't want to because it's already assembled. This arm is going to be a little tough to get into. We're trying to get this painted up because my son and I are going to do a playthrough of this probably next week, so my goal is to have these done by next week. At least that's the plan. We'll see if it happens. I want to make sure I need to get in here. It's kind of hard to see where I am. I'm inside this crack of this arm right here. But I need to get all the way around this arm. And then the reason I don't want to hit that part of the arm back here is if we look at this guy, that arm back here is going to be this pink silver part, and then all these little bolts here, or the I guess the gyro areas of the arms, are all going to be silver. Is that the correct colors from the cartoon? I'm hoping it is. From some of the pictures I used to give myself a template, I think it was, but I could be wrong. I'm just doing my best here. We'll see what we can do. So again, we just keep on going around with this metallic, and this is going to be a lot of what we do here. But I'm only going to do like the top part, and then I'll switch to the different colors to show you how we're going to complete this, because I don't think I'll have time to do the whole entire thing, because this is a giant mini. The bigger the mini, sometimes the longer it takes to paint them. That's the deal. And also with these, the silver metallic, or this metallic contrast junk that I'm using here, I also want to make sure that I kind of keep it going in a straight line. I don't want to smear too much around, otherwise it looks it looks very smeary. Is that even a word? I don't think smeary is a word, but we're going to use it. It looks very smeary when you're starting doing it. So again, we got to try to get inside this arm. It's kind of tough, right? I want to kind of slightly go around this the best I can. And we'll have to get inside there, and I'm debating if I'm going to put that, if I'm going to make that pink or blue. I think we're going to make this blue inside here anyway. So let's just go ahead and get it right in there. And if I paint this little circle part here, I'm totally fine with that, because this part right here is going to be silver. So hitting that isn't going to be the end of the world. We're trying to get right inside here and get these, every little part here blue, even down in there. Will people see that? No. Nobody will probably ever see that. Will I see it? Yes. I'll always see it. And I'll wonder why I didn't paint that blue. Because that's me and I'm weird like that. You're always your own biggest critic, right? Always your own biggest critic. That's the deal. At least I am. Let's see how it goes here. I think we're doing okay on this arm so far. Found this on the internet, so it must be true. Definition of smeary, marked by or covered with smears. Smeary is a word. How about that? Oh, that's amazing. Love it. Love it. I used smeary and I wasn't even sure it was a word, and I guess it was. Thank you, Look Twitter Gaming. That's amazing. Oh, that's so good. All right, let's continue on here. We've got our hand is the next thing I want to do up blue. We're going to just do that hand over here. And I think the whole hand gets blue. I don't think there's any part of it that's not. No, this entire thing is blue according to how I painted the other ones. We're just going to paint all this blue. That's going to be the deal. All the way in. And I'm even in this part right here, these little, the extra knuckles here, these are all going to be silver, but I want to get blue in between these, so I'm just going to kind of get in there. But even if I hit those knuckles, it's not the end of the world because, well, you know, they're going to be painted silver. So it'll be okay. Now, this brush is not my good brush. This is the brush I was mixing the paint with. I just kept using it because it already had paint on it. It's the only reason I'm still actually using the brush. Now we're going to get rid of that and go to our best brush. This is our best brush. Favorite brush. Favorite brush right here. My Series 7. Love these brushes. Alright, get these all, get some more paint on there, and then we'll go to town here. Keep working on these. I'm going to do my best to not hit those knuckles if I can, or the extra parts there. This middle part of the fingers here, but, you know, if I hit them, not the end of the world. So I did finish up my cable guy. He looks pretty awesome. Cable guy. No, I did not finish painting Jim Carrey. The cable guy, cable is done. He'll be ready to play. It's pretty awesome looking. He did turn out really good. Everybody here told me Cable should be the one I play with next, and that was good work. Cable is actually really cool. I think he'll be a lot of fun to play. I haven't played with him yet, but I think he's got potential, and that's all that matters here. So again, we're just getting right in here on these fingers. We're all the way down, and we're going to go around this thumb. This thumb is going to have that metal part there as well. There we go. See how this goes. We're getting right in there. Jan, hey Barrett and all. I couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd hop by and say hi. Thank you for joining us, Jan. Jan, always a pleasure to see you. I know most of the time I do stuff at night, which doesn't help you at all. But I will be trying to get some more playthroughs done, live playthroughs done. And sadly, I have lost my weekdays to do them because now that the summer is upon us, my children are at home. So it's hard to do live plays with the kids at home, that's for sure. This is a huge mini, isn't it? Yes, yes, this is a huge mini. A huge mini. Here, I'll show you. This mini is actually, if you put it up next to my face, it's this big. I mean, it's touching my cheek right now. So it's a big mini. It's about as big as, almost as big as my head. Almost as big as my head. So Sentinel could probably take me down if it needed to. I think it could take anybody down, honestly. And this whole arm, other than those little finger parts, are all going to be blue. So I'm going to get all this blue like this. That'll be the deal. Boom. A little bit more blue on these. There we go. Oh, geez, he says. Yep, oh, geez, that's right. It's a big mini. Hello again. Morgan Knight, it is good to see you. Thank you for joining our painting. We are taking on a Sentinel. We're going to see if we can get these Sentinels to look good. That's our plan. We'll see how good these Sentinels can end up being. Our what do you call it? Our palette, or our thing we're modeling it after is this one. I've already finished this one, so I'm modeling it after this one. That's going to be our plan here. We're going to see if we can get these going well. You guys are really trying to get me to try and get Marvel United, aren't you? Yes, yes we are. Yes we are. And my son and I will be doing a playthrough. You can watch that. That'll help you, inspire you to get this game. That'll be the plan. At least we'll see. And I think this arm is pretty much done here on this side, except for the hand here. And once we get the hand done, we'll move on. That's the plan. Some other cool things coming soon is hopefully Stars of Arcarius. I have not gotten my copy yet. I don't know if anybody else has gotten their copy. Which one did I do? Did I do the wrong one? No, I didn't. Okay. It's this one. Not got my copy of that game yet. I want it. I want to play it. I want to see it in action. I'm really excited for that game. I just did more Bard Sung. I did a recording of Bard Sung. I'm pretty excited. That game was awesome. I really like that game. Having a really fun time playing it. I just got done recording my first boss battle in that game. That was a ton of fun. We took down a Reaver Captain, for those that have been keeping up. I haven't posted that one yet, but... Hey there, Barrett. Finally able to join you. Finally able to join you. It's super good to have you. Thank you for joining. This is going to be awesome. I have to admit, sometimes I've been too I do these too sporadically. I should probably get like a every Tuesday is painting at the table, but I don't do that. I probably should. So then more people could join, like at least have an idea of when these things are going to appear on here. You got my copy of Massive Darkness 2 finally arrived. I'm really enjoying it. Good, I'm glad to hear that. I do not have that game. I did not back that game. I probably should take a look at this game, though. A lot of people are playing it and saying it's pretty good. Didn't quite see in the already painted one, but you can get a cool effect with a dot of white at the center of the palm that emits energy. It's a great idea, and I might do that. Yeah, right now all I have is I just put some contrast yellow in there. Oh, as I'm showing you the camera, and I'm looking at this one. Yeah, all I did is put a little of that. I just did some orange like that. So yeah, I might actually go through that and do that and put a little bit in there. That might not be a bad idea. I've not gotten our Stars of Arcarius either. That is the next campaign game I'm looking forward to. Yes, I think it'll be really, really cool. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I'm excited to paint up some ships. I haven't painted ships up in a long time. I can't remember the last time I painted a ship. So that'll be fun. I think it'll be really cool to paint up some of those ships. So I'm kind of making a mess of his hand, but like I said, I'm not too worried about it. Anything you see that's a mess is going to become metal anyway. So it can just be painted right on top of. Totally fine with that. Metal paint can go pretty much over the top of anything without any problem. Overflow, the red with a slight glaze around the circle too if you want. That's not a bad one. Bad idea. Jan's got lots of plans. Jan is a fantastic painter. He has done some amazing work. He's posted some pictures in the Discord for those that aren't part of the One Stop Co-op Shop Discord channel. You should go over there and check it out. I actually have a little blurb in there under Meet Me at the Table. I don't have my own Discord channel because I'm not a social media person. I probably should do that, but I don't do any social media work. I'm not a social media person. I can barely keep track of my life, let alone life online. So that's the deal. All right, I'm trying to get some more paint inside these arms and hands. This hand is all bunched up. Why did you got to be... I like it better when they have their hands like this. A lot easier to paint them. Yes, those ships will not stay in a pile of opportunity for very long. That's true. Yes, my pile of opportunity is always on my table somewhere. And orange around if you have time, but I know time is of the essence for you. Very true. You're flattering. Oh, come on. I've seen your stuff, man. It's pretty good. There's so many people out there that are better than me. Like I said, my goal is to paint stuff so you can put on I'm showing you how to paint stuff so you can put it on the table and enjoy the game with some painted miniatures, and they don't even have to be fantastic. You can just put some paint on these. Like I say, slop and drop these on the table. Get them on there and go, go, go. So again, we're painting around his thumb. And I think that should be good. I think this hand is done. Hand is done. I can make your hands clap, right? That's the song. My son really likes that song. He sings that a lot. He makes Alexa sing that song for us. That's his favorite song. One of them, I should say. I think his other favorite song is Scooby-Doo-Doo. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think this is good. All right. I think we got his arm pretty much done here. So it's kind of cool. It kind of looks like it almost looks like an Optimus Prime blue, which is kind of cool. Because I like Optimus Prime. He's pretty neat. Though my favorite Transformer was Jazz. He was my favorite Transformer. I had Jazz. That's why. Probably why I like Jazz so much. I also had Prowl. I guess I had Optimus Prime too, but I really like Jazz. Jazz is my favorite. I kind of wish he was in the Transformers card game I played the other day, or on that channel a while ago. Though that card game wasn't the greatest. I still have it, but I haven't really played it since then. But that's okay. All right, so we got his arm done. Now we're going to do his shoulder pad, and we're going to do his torso part here and stuff like that. And then I might switch to another color to kind of show you how we're going to do that. So we're going to go up to his shoulder now and get some of that done. So we're going to go right down here on his shoulder. Now, if I was smart, I'd do the pink first, because you should always paint from the inside out. But I'm not. We're just going to do the blue first here. That's my goal here. Because why not? Because I already got the blue made here. And it's not, and the thing about using these metallic blues, I've also found I tried to do a wash over the top, it failed miserably. I actually ended up running the miniature under water before the wash even started settling because it looked really bad. We're going to get some more of this blue, and I'm going to have to make up some more of this pretty soon here. Now, on the inside his shoulder here, this is all going to be blue as well. But I'm also going to make these metal. I don't know if that's the deal, but I'm going to make it that deal. That's the deal, right? Lots of deals going on here. All right, let's see here. The good news is, this time we're probably not going to have too many plans because I've already done one. So I already tried out all my plans on the other one. Like I said, I tried the blue wash. That was a terrible plan. Don't do that one. Because honestly, once I get done with this is a lot lighter blue than I want it to be, but I think we're going to be using this blue. That's going to be the deal. Because I already painted up one, and I want them to look symmetrical on the table. So I don't know why I'm being so careful next to this shoulder, because that's going to be blue too. So let's just start smearing it all over the place. It might almost be better to use a bigger brush. This is just my favorite brush, which is why I'm using it. No, I'm really doing a number on my brush right here. There we go. I don't want to hit this. This back here I'm going to do black. This is also going to be black. So we don't want to hit those with the blue. If we can help it. If we hit it, not the end of the world. Black will go over the top of this without much problem, but it's nicer to not have to try to paint over something if you can at all help it. And there's also going to be a pink part coming in. This part right here is going to be pink. This area right here going up, but all of this is going to remain blue, blue, blue. This is going to be pink. Yeah, I think it'll be good. This is all blue here. This entire shoulder part, and all of the torso. If we look at our other guy here as a model, we've got blue all over the place here. All this is blue, and then we've got the pink head, which is pretty cool. Now, black will cover blue easy. Yes, it will. Very true. Very true. Now, sadly, I think if you're interested in seeing any Marvel United, Steve over the One Stop Co-op Shop has done a ton of it. Sadly, I think he's kind of moved on from it. I could be wrong, but I think like he finally has played so much that he's moving on to something else. Though, of course, like he's always said, it will always be one of his favorite games. And he'll never leave his collection, I'm sure. He's, of course, one of the proprietors. And if anybody's interested, this Saturday, Steve, myself, and Kanji are going to be doing a co-op chat Saturday morning at, I want to say, what time do we do? 8 o'clock Central in the morning. So anybody that's up at that time, I am, you can join us. We're actually going to be talking to I believe the creator or the designer of Marvel United. Steve is able to get him on, so I think we're going to be talking to him. We're going to be asking him some questions. My question is going to be when he's making an Aliens game theme of that. That's going to be my question. It's not going to be my question. I'm just kidding. But of course, any Aliens game is going to be great. I'll buy it. You could use a wash, but you'd have to guide it heavily. Methinks, yeah, I think that's very true. Maybe only when there's texture like the top of the shoulder, you said, is going to be metal or in the line of the chest. Yes, I think that would have been the best way to do it, but I think we're just going to do that. Steve, moving from Marvel United, I can't believe it. Must be a Steve in a parallel universe. That could be very true, too. What I believe Jan's talking about is trying to do a wash on top of this stuff isn't going to do anything, but if you can guide it into these cracks, it would actually probably stand out a little bit. But I do not have that power. I am not that powerful with my guiding my brushes. I want you to know when I can pledge the Marvel United Kickstarter. 8 a.m. is 8 p.m. for me. I guess I'm in. That's awesome. Yes, you should totally join us. We try to meet every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. my time. I think it's 9 o'clock their time. Or is it 9 o'clock my time, 10? Oh, I think it's 9 their time, 10 my time. I don't even know why I don't know this. No, I wake up at 7:30 so that I can be on at 8. So yes, it's at 8 o'clock a.m. And we get up and we talk co-op chat. We talk about co-op games or something that has to do with the co-op group. Like I said, this time we've got a really cool one because we're going to be talking to the Marvel United guy. He was able to get him on, which is going to be really neat. So that's our plan this time. But we also take some ideas from the community as well as to what we should talk about. And we've gotten some really good ones. We're going to continue painting through here, and as soon as I get the top torso done, I'm going to switch to show you how to get the rest of this done and how it's going to look. I think it'll be really neat. I'll be happy to see. Yes, it'd be awesome to see you there. Very, very cool. Very cool. We have a fun time. It's off the cuff. We don't have anything scripted or planned. Pretty much like anything I ever do, nothing's ever planned. I just do it. It's just fun. I just enjoy this hobby so much. That's the deal. And I enjoy being able to chit chat with everybody. That's the best part. Okay, we're getting along here pretty good. I got a little we're gonna have to do a little bit of touch-ups here when I move to the black. I'm gonna probably come back with my oopsie gray. I've got an oopsie gray that I use, and I think it's kind of, the lighting's not the greatest, but I'm trying to get inside of here now, and I want to make sure I get all the way around this neck area here. Now this whole neck is going to be purple. That's the deal. On the Sentinel, that's going to be, or pink, I should say. It's pink, so we got to make sure we save some of that. Hey, sure thing, man. That's awesome. Love to see you guys. I'm going to get a little bit more blue going here. We need to get some more blue inside this, so I'm going to make some more. Is anyone excited for Oathsworn? You know, I'm excited for this game called Oathsworn. I think it is going to be amazing. Colin and myself were just talking about Oathsworn actually just a little while ago. We're really excited to get this. We're going to probably do not only some real playthroughs of it, I think Colin and I might even try to do a playthrough together of that one, recorded, and then we might even do some live playthroughs together as well. I think it's one we're really looking forward to, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. For those that don't know, I do live very close to Colin from the One Stop Co-op Shop. He and I, we live about 15 minutes apart from each other. So we have a tendency to try to get together and do some gaming. I'm actually going there tomorrow for a game. We're going to try, I think he wants to play Librarians. I think it's like a card game, similar to the Arkham Horror type concept, I think is what he's telling me about. So I'm excited to try that out. I think it'll be really fun to play. That's the deal. Love the metallic color. Thank you, Steve. Glad you love the metallic color. I was just telling everybody that we are going to be talking to, is it the designer of the Marvel United? Is that what we're chit-chatting about on Saturday? Because that'll be awesome. And then the Saturday after that, we're actually going to be doing a live play again with Emil. Emil has done a game called Rogue Angels. I did a playthrough on my channel. If you're interested, please check that out. It's a really cool game, and he's going to be coming back soon to Kickstarter, I believe. Should be soon. Yes. My friend pledged Oathsworn, so yes. I think that's going to be one of the big ones that's going to be coming pretty soon. Librarians fun? Good to hear, Steve. I'm glad you liked Librarians. Yes, Colin and I are going to give it a shot tomorrow. We'll see. I'm excited to try that one out. If it's anything kind of like Arkham Horror, I think it'll be a lot of fun. We're still painting up the Sentinel. It's kind of tricky because I got to try to get inside this Sentinel piece here without hitting too much of the other stuff, because I want to make sure all of this is going to become purple or pink when I paint it. It's kind of get this pinkish purple color, and I'm trying to paint as metallic as I can. That's the deal here. So yes, the designer. Okay, good. The designer of Marvel United. Perfect. Well, Librarians, yes indeed, nice. Now sadly, this was a TV show from what I understand. It's Librarians is a TV show. And if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But I believe it's a TV show. I did not watch it. What I watched The Magicians. I think that was on, I want to say it was on the CW. I might be wrong. I think it was on the CW. And that show was awesome. And I think it's still running. I can't remember. There was a big ending the last season I saw. And I think they're still planning to continue going, but that show was amazing. The Magicians. It's not PG. There's some pretty R-rated stuff when it came to that show. I think there's some swearing and there's some violence and things in that show, but I really enjoyed that. That was a really cool show. I like that one a lot. I've never been shied away from too many themes or anything, so that kind of stuff is okay. I'm old enough to be able to do that. I wouldn't watch it with my kids by any means. Now I'm trying to paint right inside. I'm still trying to get right inside all these little nicks and cracks. I know it's kind of hard to see everything, but I'm doing my best I can here. For those of you that are just joining, I did finish. For those that were with us last time, we did do the Wolverine. He is completely done, so the Wolverine is done. I'm almost done with Cable, super close. I have him right here. He is pretty much done. I just have to do his eyebrows. I have to get his eyebrows done. We didn't get his eyebrows finished. But he's got his gun. I was able to get some red inside the gun and everything. So Cable is good to go. So we have our two characters ready. I just need to get our Sentinels ready. And then, of course, we have Nimrod. I think we're going to leave Nimrod just like this. He has this really cool white part here, and I don't have the stuff right now where I can cover this. I'm not going to use tape because I'll probably screw it up really bad to prime this guy, so we're probably just going to use him as is like this. I know that's not ideal, but that's the way we're going to do it for the playthrough. TV series, yep, and I liked it's pretty fine. Not extraordinary, great, but it's still good to watch. Yes, and I hear that, if I remember right, The Librarians is more of a PG-ish type show. It's not not very graphic or anything like that. It's a very family-friendly show, if I remember right, as well. I could be wrong about that as well. I'm still amazed to this day that you're able to get all the cool guys on the streams. What can I say? Only cool guys here. Steve, come on, man. We get all sorts of people. It's awesome. This place is always rocking, and that's the best part about this place. Sticky tack does good to cover things as well. Yes. See, and I'm just afraid to do it. I've never actually done it. I know I should probably just experiment and see what I can do. I should just take like a guy like as Liquider Gaming says, I should take one of my people from my opportunity groups over here. Like, here's a character, here's one of from my pile of opportunity. I should just take this guy and give it a shot. I should go ahead and see what I can do with him and just like try some of that out and try priming it and take it away and see what I miss, because that way I won't screw it up. So that's the deal. Smart, yes. There's a lot of smart people out there. That's one of the cool things about this, is as I'm painting, everybody here can learn from everybody else in the chat here, because there are so many other great painters out here, not me. Like I said, I am a novice painter that just puts the minis on the table. Slop and drop. That's the name of the game here. Slop and drop. We slop the painting on, we drop it on the table. As you can see, it's almost slopping on right now. Almost too much paint on this. Let's see how it goes here. Here's the deal. Another thing I said I was going to do is an assembly video. I'm going to maybe put together a Kingdom Death miniature monster guy one of these times. Maybe next time. I was going to do it this time, but I decided for next time. That's the deal. Tic Tac works absolutely fine. Tic Tac. Tic Tac, that's what you eat. Do it, Bear. Just press it down. Yeah, well, yeah, you know. I will. I'll give it a shot. Maybe next episode I'll show you what I've done with this guy. Or maybe when I do the playthrough, you'll see what I've done. Yeah, and you and me both. Yeah, we'll see how we do this. We'll see if we can get it done. All right, we got to make sure we get all this stuff here. So we're going to look at our test model here for those that haven't seen the test model. So the blue does go all the way around, and so I'm going to make sure I get all the way around for my other guy as well. I can go down and around on him all the way underneath here. So we're going to get underneath here and paint that blue. Like I said, after we get this done, I'm going to do some touch-up gray. And then we'll get some black going. That'll be the deal. Tic Tac. Yeah, I said the wrong word. I'm amazing, huh? That's almost about as good as TikTok. That's what I should do, is TikTok painting videos. I don't even know how to do TikTok. I think my kid has it on his phone. I don't have it on my phone. Probably should put it on my phone. And again, I'm being very careful to not paint this part. Don't know why, because it's all going to be blue. All of that is blue. So I don't know why why I'm being so careful right there. We're going to go right up in here, go down and around this. Now I am being careful inside here because these are going to be two separate things here. So I want to be a little bit more careful right around this area. But then I can just go ahead and start smearing again. Make it smeary, right? Smeary. It's almost like Smeed, but smeary. Kind of like from Jake and Neverland Pirates. Or I guess Peter Pan. I guess he was in Peter Pan more than he was in Jake and Neverland Pirates. Get it in there, we go. I mean blue, there we go. That a Bard Song mini, the Opportunity one? You are correct. Wow, good eye. That was a great eye. Yes, those are Bard Song miniatures. I've got, I painted up all of the, I have only, I think it's 2. I have 2 left of the Hobgoblin dudes that I've got to paint up. I've got these 2 left. He's primed up. I haven't really finished priming him yet, but I have enough to be able to do a lot of the videos, so I wasn't too worried about that. X-Men Sentinel. Yes, yes. The ones I was showing about the Tic Tac was my Bard Song miniatures. I'm still working on them, though I have enough to play the game, so I wasn't too worried about it. All right, let's see here. What are we gonna do? Is there more blue? Where's the blue stop on this? We'll look at here. The blue goes all the way into that shoulder. All right. All the way into the shoulder. We're going to shoulder this blue. And sadly, I got to get that blue. Oh, I failed miserably and totally hit that. So we're going to, I'll go over that with black and I think we'll be fine. We're going to get all this stuff in here. All blue like that. Now, one thing I could do is I could even dry brush some metal onto these, like some blue metal onto this if I wanted to. But again, I'm not going too super extravagant here. We're just going to get these guys onto the table and play in the game. That's the deal. And my son's super excited to do this. And so am I. So now we're going to be careful not to hit the gears. I'm sure I will. That'll be awesome. Because those are going to be black. I got to get the paint into the holes here. There we go. Just like that. And if I was able to get some kind of wash onto these, this would be some place where you might want to get a wash into these holes here, right inside those holes. But I'm not going to. We're just going to keep on going here. No wash. These guys are going to look pristine, just off the assembly line from Master Mold. He's super excited to get these guys out and attacking. I actually had the Hero Click of Master Mold a long time ago. I don't think I have him anymore. I might still have him. He might be. Oh no, I think I still have him. I think he got boxed up. My wife was not a fan of me having the Hero Clicks all over the house, so I boxed him up. He's been boxed up. He did not make the cut. That's the deal. Again, we'll go in here, try to get these blue, and try not to hit that part as well. You could actually have a bigger brush to go quicker for this big mini. Now that I think of it, yes, I could use a bigger brush. I don't really have a bigger brush that I feel comfortable using that I wouldn't screw this up. That's the deal. I don't really want to screw this up. Even though I've already made some mistakes already, I want to try to make this as mistake-free as possible. That's my plan. So we're just going to kind of paint up all this blue back here. I know there's a lot of blue right now. But bear with me, we'll get through the blue and get to something new. See? I rhymed. I'm amazing. I am absolutely amazing. I would love to do a season 3 with Master Mold, not to mention Galactus. Oh my gosh. If they, you know, I already passed on one Galactus. I passed on Zombie Galactus. For those that don't know, Galactus is probably my favorite, like, Marvel character guy. He's super cool. He's just awesome. He's huge. He's amazing. He's really neat. Interestingly enough, though, I'm not much of a Silver Surfer fan, as more of I am a Galactus fan. That's the deal. So, I would love to get a Galactus. I already passed on one. I did not back the zombie Marvel. Couldn't deal with the price. I had to stop somewhere. I actually put on the brakes on that one. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I did. I try Marvel United base with the one friend who's most likely to like it a lot. If it works, I may be starting to put money aside. Good idea. Good idea. Ah, there you go. Chibi Lactus. That is awesome. Chibi Lactus. A chibi version of Galactus. I don't know if I can deal with that. That might be kind of tough. I don't think he's in the picture. I actually have Galactus up there. My Galactus is actually up there right now because my wife made me take him down from the kitchen. That was not allowed in the kitchen anymore. Actually, I'll grab him. Let's see. I've got my Galactus. This is one of the Galactus Hero Clicks. I used to have 2 Galactus Hero Clicks. I got rid of one of them. This is the only one I got left now. So I do have my Galactus Hero Click. This is my guy. He's big. It's on my shoulder. So this is my Hero Click of Galactus. It's not as big as the original one they did. They did this one that's absolutely astronomically huge. I used to have it, but I got rid of it for some reason. Or did a friend take it? Did I give it to a friend? I don't remember what happened to it. A long time ago. But this is one I got. This is my Galactus. Super excited. He's super cool. I like Galactus. So I'll put him down there. He'll go back up there after we're done here. That's the plan. As I drop all my stuff on the ground. Perfect. All right, we're almost done with the blue. I know it's been a lot of blue. It's been like a half hour of blue, but we'll get to it. We'll get through it. Bear with me here. That was the deal. Almost done. Just want to get his back and around, and then we'll be done here. Want to get around? Oh my gosh! See his arm. I wish you could just take his arm. I wish these were like posable, and then I could put his arms in the air while I paint this part. That'd be really good. I have to admit, that's one thing I'm looking forward to in Bard Song is they have those push to fit things, so you can paint the stuff when it's not in there, which would be really nice. I'm really excited for that. I have to be careful because some of this farm rate isn't blue down there. There we go. A little bit more. I think we're almost done here. I cannot see where I am right now. I'm just painting by feel. That's the deal. I mean, he was using a chair in the kitchen, wasn't he? He was. I actually had him up high in the kitchen on top of the counters, which was really cool. Steve really mentioned that he goes like, well, I don't see why he shouldn't be in the kitchen. I mean, he's the devourer of worlds, right? So he could be in the kitchen devouring parts of the kitchen. I thought it was a great idea. You sound ready for a gun plan. A gunpla. Gunpla. I don't even know what that is. What's a gunpla? What is a gunpla? I'm about to learn a new word here. Jan's going to teach me. Get this rest. Now I'm getting underneath the shoulder now. Gundam stuff. Oh yes, Gundam stuff. I never really watched Gundam. I do watch a lot of anime, but I never really got into Gundam. I don't know why I didn't get into Gundam, but I didn't. I think it was more because I was into the fantasy stuff at the time. Like I was watching Slayers. I was watching Record of the Lodos Wars. Who was the other one? Was his name Berserk, I think, or something? I think it was one of the names of one of the animes. I can't remember if that's the name of it or not. But those were some of the ones I was watching back then. Armitage 3, like that one. My friend was big into Ghost in the Shell and a lot of the futuristic ones. I was more into the fantasy ones. That was the deal. All right. I think we got enough blue on this. Now my question is... Oh, there's blue down here. That's the deal. Let's see here. A little bit more there. There we go. Just like that. Alright, that should be pretty good for now. Oh, missed a little bit of his shoulder here. Oh, I still got to get this shoulder and this arm, and then we're going to be done with the blue for a little while. Then we'll go to the pink, just to show you what it's all about. Gunpla equals Gundam plastic. It's a mini that is mostly posable and you build up, so definitely can paint parts that are assembled. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Does it come with, is the plastic itself like already the colors it's supposed to be, or does it all come gray? Then you could, that'd be pretty cool. You could paint some of that stuff up. Or not paint. Well, there we go. Not paint. All right. Oh man, Slayers was stupid fun. Slayers was so good. It was my favorite anime back in the day. Oh, it's so good. No, Akira then. I watched that in the theater. Japanese audio transparent subtitles. Epic. I watched Akira. I have seen Akira many times. It was not my favorite. I know. Who am I? What? You like anime? Don't like Akira? Come on. It was okay. It was fine. I got to watch Princess Mononoke. So here's my Princess Mononoke story. So I lived in Poland for 2 years, for those that don't know, and I lived in a small town called Vilava. I was a teacher there for 2 years. My building I stayed in was adjacent. It would share the parking lot with the local movie theater that would only play movies on Fridays and Saturday nights. And Princess Mononoke was coming, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be really cool. So me and 3 other friends that they all spoke Polish and English. They were from the town that I hung out with. We walked in the movie theater, we sat down, we're the only 4 people in this movie theater, and all of a sudden the movie is about to play, and I think, oh my goodness, is this going to be in Polish with Japanese subtitles or Japanese with Polish subtitles? Because I'm not going to know anything because I don't know Polish. And so all of a sudden I turn to my friend and go, is this going to be Japanese with Polish subtitles? And he turns around and he yells up to the guy who's in charge of the movie, and he asks that question, is this going to be Polish with Japanese Japanese with Polish subtitles? And the guy just yells down, I don't know. So we had no idea. And the movie, so I'm thinking, great, I probably paid to watch a movie, not even going to know what's going on because I'm not going to know either languages. But it turned out it was great. It was actually in English with Polish subtitles. So it was actually perfect way to watch. It worked perfectly for me, so I could actually understand and see what was going on. And it was perfect. It was actually hilarious though, because we both all walked in there thinking, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. You might not even understand what's going on. So there's my Princess Mononoke story. That's my story. You can paint them. There's a special paint liner marker for doing all the lines in the Gunpla models. That's for, going back to the models. Sorry, I kind of went a little tangent there, didn't I? That's true. Yes, the plastic is great in Gunpla. It's also really fun to cut and assemble without a single drop of glue. That's really cool. That's neat. Oh, my kid might even enjoy that then, because he likes to put models. He sees me do stuff like this, but he doesn't really get a chance to do it. All right. And I promised you I was going to get to another color, so I'm going to get this done real fast. We're going to go boom, boom, boom. We'll get this on here so we can go on so we can show the other colors. Because otherwise, we're just going to be sitting here. You're just going to listen to me sit here and talk and paint blue for this entire episode, and that's going to be absolutely boring. So let's get this done here. I'm just going to get this shoulder done. We're going to be done with the shoulder, and then we'll go on. Get some blue on here. There we go. Keep on going. Just plop it on here. There we go. I think that'll be good. That shoulder's done. Run this over here. Get the paint on there. And we should be good. Well, when I was stationed in Germany, I would watch German TV and try to figure out what was going on. It would crack me up when the next scene would happen and it'd be so off. That's pretty awesome. I had similar situations like that because I could rent the movies, but it was in Polish, and you'd barely be able to hear the English underneath, so I wasn't even sure what was going on half the time, especially when there's really a lot of when it was really light dialogue or something. Thanks for chat. Happy pink painting and good chats. Yes, of course, Jan. Of course, I am. Like I said, it's been a blue day here in the painting world. I am attempting to get this done as fast as I can, so I can move on to the other color. But there is a lot of blue on this miniature. But the cool thing about it is being able to use that metal medium was amazing. And some other people came up with some really great ideas where you could put the metal, you could prime it metal, and then do you could do contrast on top of it. That I've also seen work pretty well. You can do a lot of different things. I mean, there's all different ways to make metal. I've just really enjoyed that metal medium that you saw at the beginning of this video. I got some a while ago and I've just loved it, so I've just never stopped painting with it. Huge fan of it. I'm running out of blue paint, so we'll be moving on to the pink pretty soon here, because that'll be cool. Again, I'm not too worried. Okay, this one I gotta be a little careful here because I'm gonna paint inside that, and I don't want to hit that with this blue. So I do need to be a little bit careful here. See if we can get through this. Let's see here. Here we go, a little bit on there. There we go, perfect. We finally had our first summer day here in Minnesota. It reached a blistering 93 degrees, super humid out. It was amazingly hot. So those days, it's nothing better than sitting in an operating room and working. So that's where I was. It was pretty nice, pretty nice. Didn't have to worry about it. My wife took the kids to the beach which is pretty sweet. Yes, we have beaches because we have lots of lakes. Lots of lakes mean lots of beaches. We're going to do a little bit more of this blue. I'm just going to get a little bit more to finish it up here. Then we'll move on to that pink because I want to get the head. I think the head's going to be cool once I get that done. And you're going to see how that works. It's interesting how that actually works from what I did with the other one. It worked out better than I thought it was going to, that's for sure. So here we go. Get some more on the brush there. It's a little bit too much on here, but nothing I can do. We're just going to paint it on there. I like how the weather will say 93. It feels like 104, like it's just 104. Everyone agrees and it's just 104. Yeah, agreed. It's like, oh yeah, it feels like 104. Well, then it's probably 104, right? I mean, that would be the deal. I should be painting this a little more careful because there's some of this can be metal, but I'm not too worried about it. Metal can go right over the top of about any paint color. Not the end of the world here. So this hand we're hitting up with that blue. We're going to be almost done here. I'm kind of doing some fast strokes down these because I want this to like be one color. If you notice some of this stuff, if you don't brush the whole thing down, it'll kind of clump up a little bit. I know clump is not the word I should be using, but it doesn't work the best. You'll actually see real easily where the paint brush went, and I don't really want that. I want this to look like as close to metal as I can. Though it's still kind of tough. And again, the middle parts of these fingers are all going to be metal right through here in that first part, but these other parts out here are all going to be blue. So I got to paint all these fingers blue, but then the inside of that is all going to be metal. So I'm just going to go straight down them real fast, just like that, then hit all these fingers just like this, just hit them with the brush. Again, not going for super best, I'm just going for super done. That's the deal here. So we're getting in all the cracks the best we can, going through each finger, boom, finger's done. Look at that. Super good. Goes in, there we go. Now the question I guess I have is, are you still playing music, Barrett? I play music. My band has been dead for a while. Now my band, we get together, basically some of the band members actually come over for Dungeons & Dragons every Saturday, which is pretty sweet. That's what we do now. We got old. So I do still play music. Sometimes I play bass in church, but I haven't really been able to crack it out, and I'm not in a band per se anymore. So no more band for me. It's died. But the memories are there, and I always have my CD and fond memories of everything we did. Though part of the stuff about one of the things that killed our band was the fact that bars started staying open till 2 in the morning. Who needs to be out at the bar till 2 in the morning? I mean, and you're never going to get paid until all the door closes. And then even after that, it's usually about a half hour after the door closes, then they cash out, and you get you get the money and you go home. Well, I mean, when you have kids and jobs and things, it's hard to stay. It's hard to keep yourself going. It's hard to keep yourself going for that. So we usually have to figure out who was going to stay to collect the money and who was going to get out of there. It got old. It got old. But it was a really, really fun time. Really fun time. But yes, I do still play music. I just don't play with my band anymore. Now we just, like I said, now we play Dungeons & Dragons together. That's the deal. And we have a lot of fun. I have a character now. I was the DM for a while, but we have switched. A friend of mine we came to a point in the campaign where he asked if he could take over, and I said, sure, you can take over. So now he is running the campaign. He has got his own storyline that he is working up and playing, and we're going to play through. I get to play a character now, and I have chosen to be a blade singer. I don't know if anybody knows who one of those are, but it's a wizard that can actually use a sword really well. It's pretty neat. It's got some nice little fun things you can do with it. And you can kind of dance into combat and attack with your sword and stuff like that. It's really the concept of it is really cool, which is why I really was excited to play this character. And it's funny enough, I normally don't play wizards. I normally play support classes and things like that, or tanks or something. But this time I decided to be a blade singer. I thought it'd be pretty cool. So I'm going to be dancing around with my blade. That'll be awesome. Okay, I promised you I was going to be done with blue, and I really promise I will be almost done with blue. We're going to switch different color pretty soon. For sure. I'm going to paint straight down there. Trying to get inside all this. I know it's kind of tough to see at the camera. Oops, I hit something I didn't want to. That's okay, we'll fix it. I think that'll be fine. Like I said, I should have probably done the pink first. Maybe not. Okay. You get everything? Almost. One more little part here. Sometimes bigger miniatures aren't the easiest to paint. You think the bigger they are, the easier it might be to paint, but it also has more places that you can see when you're holding the miniature, which is another part that can be kind of a problem. So I got to get this back part here, because I want to get the black is going to go in there, but this part I want to kind of keep blue around it. There we go. A little bit more blue over here. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm not really doing a very good job. All right, let's see here. I want to get blue right across this. And then we're going to do black inside here and in here. That's going to be the plan. Like I said, these are going to be silver. This, like these little parts here are going to be silver. This is going to be silver. And then all of this is going to be pink up in the head. That's going to be pretty cool. That'll be awesome. All right. So we've got our blue done for the top part. That's the deal. Our blue is done. Now we got to get our oopsie paint. I've got my oopsie paint. It's right here. I picked up another pot of gray sear. This is the oopsie paint, because this base is a gray sear gray. So if you ever screw up and hit something you don't want to, you can take your gray sear base paint and just paint it right on top of there. So for example, I hit his skin right here. We're going to get rid of that. I hit all this part right in here. We're going to paint right over the top of this stuff. We'll paint gray right over the top, and it'll go away. That's the plan. It's going to be super cool. My oopsie paint. Here's some more right here. Paint gray on there. Put some gray on there. Lots of gray down here. That's the deal. Well, band is no more, but the art is forever, and the CD. Ha ha ha. Yes, very, very true. Tries to apply gray sear to my bad decisions. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Did I miss a part? No, I didn't. Okay. I've attempted to put gray sear gray on a few of my mistakes as well. It didn't work out too well. Still mistakes. All right. Probably didn't need to put any there, but I do want to put some here because I'm going to put that pink through here. Is there any more over here I need to hit? Did I hit any more of this? I hit his chin. Let's get off his chin. His face looks good. Okay. And then, like I said, his hands I'm not too worried about, this hand right here, because I'm going to paint metal all through there. It's not going to be a big deal. But some of these, some of this part here I need to hit because I'm going to be painting that pink. And that's going to be the plan there. I think we're okay. That's metal. There's mistakes all over his arm there. I got to figure out how I'm going to deal with that. We might just paint pink over it and call it a day. That might be just the deal. A little bit more here. And I think we're good. Yeah. Boom. Oh, I missed some blue there. I have to paint that blue. Hit this here, right in here. I hit some here, so I gotta hit it. That's silver, not a big deal. That's how it goes. I put gray sear gray on the exercise bike I bought. That bad decision didn't go. That was awesome. Put it on the exercise bike. Yep, didn't go away, did it? Exercise bike is still there. That was really funny. That was really funny. Yeah, it was good. All right, I think we're done with our oopsie paint. That'll be fine for now. Still got to get some up here. See if we can get it up there. There we go. We got to get the pink up in there. sadly some of that's still a little wet. That's the problem. There we go. Okay. I want to make sure I get one. I touched it. That was awesome. That's okay. There's one more spot. Yep, more blue. Here we go. And they'll be done. Promise. I missed a ridge. Like I said, these bigger miniatures, just because they're bigger doesn't mean they're easier. There's always parts I all of a sudden realize later. It's like, oh, I missed that part. Like right in here. I missed this guy's whole underside of his arm right here. I missed this whole part. I got to hit this. And then when I hit that, I'm going to hit some of the stuff I probably already tried to fix. It'll be awesome. Oh, and this is too runny. What am I doing? There we go. Let's get some of the blue. There we go. Put it on. We want to get down inside of here the best we can. And around. See if we can get in here. There we go. I think we're good. I think that should be okay. You can't tell. No. Can't tell at all. And that's all I care about. You don't need to tell. Nobody can tell. So once you get to the point where you can't tell, then you're perfect. Because if you can't tell, they can't tell. That's the deal. Like every time I turn this miniature, I see another part I missed. Alright. Now we got our oopsie paint on. We got our blue done. Oops, I spilled the oopsie paint almost. Oh my gosh, where's my thing? Ryan, you're supposed to save me. There you go. Ryan built this for me. This is awesome. I think his kid did, actually. I think he and his son and his dad built this. It's a paint holder. It's awesome. And if you're looking for painting your... If you're looking for another painting video series, I know Ryan did one. Ryan over at Meeple Marathon, he did a painting video of what he used to paint his Marvel United figures and the paints he used. It was really cool. I took a look at it. It was really quick too. He just kind of talked about the paint he used and then showed the picture. He didn't go step by step painting it like I'm doing. He just kind of talked about the paints he did, which is really kind of cool. So you can make it look like you want to. Okay. Now let's get our black. We're going to use... See, the interesting thing is when this is all said and done, there's not too many colors that are going to be going onto this miniature. But we have to... The problem is it's so big, you're easily able to see the errors of your ways, you can say. So we'll go back down and get some black on our miniatures here. See here, here we go. Get that off. Perfect, there you go. We are going to paint black. Now, where did black go? I think black went... Well, first off, I know black's going to go all over this. So we're going to paint contrast black on top of all of this. Be careful not to hit the blue. If you hit the blue, this black will probably go over the top of it without any problem. And this part down here will eventually be blue, this part all in here. But for now, I'm just going to paint it black. I'm going to paint the black parts, we'll come back to the blue parts. We painted enough blue today already. Blue's out of control on this thing. It's the predominant color, though, that's the deal. So let's see here. Get these. All through here. There we go. And right on top of this machinery here, which is like a jet propulsion system. Maybe. Actually, it's propulsion systems in its feet. It's kind of like an Iron Man. It kind of flies around like Iron Man. I don't know if anybody's seen these Sentinels before. They were, of course, in that Days of Future Past movie and things like that, but I remember them from the 80s, back when Jubilee and all the rest of the X-Men were taking on the Sentinels, and Morph was part of the group. If I remember right, Morph was I don't know if he was actually from the comics. I think he was created for the show and then was eventually brought into the comics. I could be wrong. I've heard Harley Quinn is the exact same way. I think she was part of the comic, or part of the cartoon series and then brought into the comics. I could be wrong about that, of course, because I only can believe half of what I read, right? And don't believe anything you hear and half of what you read. Is that that's the quote? So I could be wrong, but right across this. And like that. And here we are. I gotta figure out I got a new camera here, and I've been out of the shot so many times it's ridiculous. Again, out of the shot, Baron. Come on, get in the shot. Just put an X on my painting station, and then I can know exactly where I'm supposed to be. There we go. Perfect. Look underneath. Make sure I get it all. A little bit more here. Again, all the parts that people are not going to see, I got to make sure I get those, right? Super excited that I get the parts nobody sees. Now I'm going to try to get this without causing too much chaos. Okay. Here we go. No chaos. I'm going to come right up into it, just like that. Line across, then turn it so I can get over to this one here. Turn it again so I can get this side. Turn it again so I can get right in here. There we go. I think we got one done. How am I doing? A little bit more, I think we're good. And then just get the middle. Boom. Now I gotta get this side. Get the vents just like that. Now the black's done, we're gonna go to the pink. Let's see if we can get some pink done. Before we do that, I just want to check my test model here and see if there's anything I missed here. Nope, looks like a lot of the rest of that is going to be all that pink. Perfect. Alright. This is going to be black down here, though, which is kind of cool. Which is going to be this whole area right in here. But we're not going to paint that right now because I get the blue and everything like that. We're just going to paint the pink part. So we're going to take our cool looking pink that I got. I got this pink. Where's the pink? Let's find my pink. From the top. Here we go. Where did I put the pink? Here it is. Voluptuous pink. Can't make a better color than voluptuous pink as far as I'm concerned, right? Pink's pretty voluptuous. Just going to use that. I'm going to shake it up a little bit. I can look at the bottom of my paint pot. It is a contrast paint. I don't have, again, too many of those speed paints. I'm still working on collecting them, but these aren't dead yet. I was going to kind of replace them as these die. That was my plan. So we're going to go ahead and put this into our magic holder here. Now let's see if I can find here's a nice little clean area here. Actually, I could just use the one I was using before because it's going to turn the same color. It's right there. I'm going to take this, and instead of like the Army Painter paint, you could squirt right in there, which is fantastic, which would be nice if I had an Army Painter pink, but actually Army Painter doesn't even have a pink if you look at it here. None of this is pink. They don't even have a pink. I know you can make pink by using, I think it's white and red. It's not rocket science. But they didn't actually have a pink. So I'm using their pink. That's the deal. Hello all, I am late, but I'm here to hang. Thank you for joining us. Broccoli Docklands is here. It's good to see you. We are working on a Sentinel. So far people have, whoever's left, has managed to hang out with me while I painted this whole model blue. But we're going to move to our pink part now. We have our test model here. He's this guy. I did get a chance to paint him up. He's already done. So this is what he's eventually going to look like when all's said and done. That's my goal. So we do have this cool looking guy already. And I did get Cable done from the last episode. He's right here. Cable is complete. He's ready to be part of the game that my son and I will be recording hopefully this week. That'll be our next week, I should say. That'll be our plan. So we're going to take our paint. I'm going to take it out of the thing, which I probably shouldn't. We're going to take some on the brush like this, and I'm just going to add it to here. We're going to do that about 3 times, maybe 2. Yeah, we'll do 3. 3 times. There we go. Now this is contrast paint, so I was a little worried this wasn't going to work, but it did. It did work. I'm going to again use my metal medium. Now when I use the metal medium, this is going to distort the medium that the contrast paint already does. So instead of it being able to run into its areas like it's supposed to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, 5 drops of that. So not exactly 3 to 1, but we're going to mix it, or 2 to 1 like we did with our other paint over here, the blue one. We're going to try this and see how it looks. This still might be a little bit too dark. Nope, I think that's going to be perfect. Look at that. Look at that color. Oh my gosh, that's like glorious. It's voluptuous pink. Oh my gosh, voluptuous pink. And we're just going to paint the head. And all over this place, except for that face. That face is going to be a yellow. That's the deal. So that's going to be what we're going to try to do. Looking good. So good that it's... I heard the classic X-Men theme song play. Yes. Oh my gosh. Once you think about that, it just gets stuck in your head. I actually want my son and I are going to watch some of those. Look at how cool that pink is. Is that pink not amazing? My son and I are going to watch I think it's on Disney. I think Disney owns it now. Disney owns all of X-Men, but I think it even owns the old 80s cartoon now. So I'm going to have my son and I are going to watch that before we do our playthrough. That's going to be our plan. So we're going to go through and finish and paint this guy's head up, just like this. Now I want to do fast, even strokes across this thing. If you look, if I stop, you're going to see like you might see the little marks there on this. Maybe not in the camera, but I don't want any marks showing. So my goal is to paint this as nicely across as possible. I'm going to have to go around the head though to get the little indentions there, and then again I'm going to go right across it. So it looks really like one sheen piece of metal. That's my plan. So we got his head looking like one sheen piece of metal. Now we're going to come down. Same thing here. I'm going to do that for all this part all coming down. That's the deal. I want this to look really cool. Now, of course, I kind of hit the top of the head, so I got to kind of hit that again a little bit. Ooh, that's a little bit too much. Now I have to be careful as I go this way, because right here is where the face starts. That's the deal. So I want to be careful when I paint right there. I come into that crack there, and then I want to paint across. And now I'm going to go this way with it, just so I'm more careful. And then we're going to paint that a yellow color. It's not the right. The yellow I use is not the right yellow. I'll show you my test model that I used, and sadly the test model became the real model because I forgot these guys all pretty much look identical. So whatever you do with that model, I kind of had to do with this model. That became the deal. So we're going to keep turning and going with this thing. And I still want to be a little careful because I'm still next to that part. But as you can see, it kind of loses its contrast where it kind of would go into the cracks. The contrast paints go into the cracks and really kind of give you that shade look. I don't get the shade look anymore because I added that metal medium to it. I've noticed that it does take that away when you do that. Not the end of the world. I mean, so be it. I'm totally fine with that. So be it, Jedi. We're good, right? I'd rather have it looking awesome like this. I'd rather have it make this metal look than actually getting inside the cracks. His ears is all this pink color too, so I'm just going to smear it around in there. Do smeary. We found out that's a real word today. Found out smeary is a word. That was one of the things we learned today. Smeary is a word. And this is going to come down. I'm being real careful here to try to hit just on this and see if I can get this in the camera here. There you go, just like that. Let's see if I can move my chair a little bit. Oh, we'll see if I can screw everything up here. That'd be really good. That'd be fantastic. All right. Let's see here. Move my chair with hopefully not banging my camera. That'd be awesome. There we go. That's way better. That's a way better way to paint. I should have been doing this the whole time. And now if we look, I believe that part is still part of his face. If I look at this one. Yes it is. It's still part of it. So I don't want to paint that the yellow paint. I'm just going to use the pink. The other one I have to be careful of is this lip is actually that yellow as well. So I want to be careful with that. And now I'm coming close to that blue, so I want to be careful of that. So many things to be careful of here now. And of course, he's not really giving me a great visualization of where to paint. Come on. Now he's stuck behind here. I mean, said it once, I'll say it again. Just because it's a big mini doesn't mean that it's an easier way. It's easier to paint. Sometimes it can be a little more difficult because you got so many more places that people can see that you screwed up on. Get that in there. Get the ear hole. There we go. And then go back across this whole thing a little bit to make it look nice. Got the chin and everything done. Now let's get his neck. So if you're interested in painting it like this, I would recommend getting that metal medium because that stuff's awesome. It turns any paint into a metallic. Some other great ideas during the stream was to use the metal paint and then paint contrast on top. That would also work. I don't see why not. Jan had another idea. I sadly have totally forgotten. I'll have to go back and watch and see what he said. That's my fault. I forgot what he said. I have to go back in the chat and check it out. And of course, when we're done, we're going to have to look at all the places we screwed up and hit the blue now because that'll be our next issue. Trying to get inside. It's hard to see his neck, but I'm trying to get down inside his neck here and hit all the spots. Here we go. Down there. Now there is a spot that I need to hit more blue, and I'll be more than happy to do that later. There you go. I just need to get inside here now. Right inside that neck piece right down there. See it? Right in there. See what we're trying to hit. See if we can hit that without screwing up and hitting the blue. I think we did it. There you go. I hit a little bit of the blue right here, as you can tell already. Right there, I hit blue. Not the end of the world. I can touch that up. The blue will actually probably go on top of the pink without much problem. It's the pink going on top of the blue that can be a little tough. Now with the head done, all these this entire arm piece here is also going to be blue, or be this pink color, which is pretty cool. Like I said, these are going to be metal though, so we can go ahead and paint this. If I hit that part, it's not the end of the world. We can paint right over the top of that. It's not going to be any problem at all. Just keep on going. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to show Ridley my new, the old X-Men shows. I think those are pretty fun. I also liked X-Men Evolution. I don't know if anybody watched that one. That was pretty cool too. But any show that had my favorite X-Men in it was always one I wanted to watch. Alright, I think we're doing okay here. Just getting the pink on the arms. And yeah, the Sentinels don't have a lot going on when it comes to the different colors they are, but they're just so big is the deal. And they're very iconic, so you want to make them really look like what they did. And I don't know if I did the greatest job on these, but I'm going to take it. I'm okay with it. Again, we're going to get some more pink in here on inside these arms. I maybe should have gone from out. I should have gone maybe from the inside out, so I might have wanted to do the pink first. Not to mention, I think the blue can go over top of the pink better than the pink can go on top of the blue, but maybe I'm wrong. These both might actually be easily able to go on top of each other, mainly because I've changed their consistency. I've changed what they are when I add that metal medium to them. I've changed them from a contrast paint to a metal paint. Should I come in here with pink, or is that going to be blue? Nope, that's got to be pink. Oh my gosh, here we go. It's going to be a mess. Okay, kind of get in there. We'll see. Did I get in there okay? I think I got in there okay. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm okay with that. That'll be fine. I started to rewatch Evolution recently. Good stuff right there. Yeah, you know, I really did like it. If I remember right, it kind of got. I like the storylines. I mean, they really made some really fun X-Men cartoons over the past. They had that Wolverine in the X-Men. I think that's the one where Professor X was like communicating through him in the future or something. That one was pretty cool. I mean, they've done so many really cool things. I've always been a big X-Men fan, so that helps. It was pretty neat. I actually just finished the Miss Marvel, the first episode of that, the new one on Disney Plus, and that was pretty good. I've never been really disappointed by anything that Marvel's done so far. Or I should say, Disney's done with Marvel so far. I've enjoyed it. Some more than others, don't get me wrong, but I still have enjoyed them. But I'm always a sucker for any kind of action movie, pretty much. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to get inside here and get some of this stuff pink. Sure, I hit the blue in there too. Oh, that's not too bad actually. A little bit more. There, okay. Whoops, I hit that. Okay. I'm going to grab another paintbrush. And if I can get in there and get this off before it hardens, before it dries. Well, first I'm going to get the brush wet. So here's a little trick. If you get paint on something you don't really want to have paint on, if you can get like a wet brush on it, you can sometimes get that paint off it before mass chaos ensues and it dries. But I think we'll be okay. And I think we got all the parts that are pink on this arm here. Yeah. Now these aren't going to be as nicely like how I was trying to go really careful with these and make them so the streaks don't show. I'm not doing a very good job here, but that's okay. Doctor Strange 2 really got me into the Marvel Zombies hype. Very true, very true. That I can easily see. And it also had Bruce Campbell in it, so that was amazing. So it can't be a Sam Raimi movie without Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's awesome. Now we got to do another arm, and then we're going to do his face. That's going to be the plan here. Like I said, I'm not sure we're going to get the whole model done tonight because it's just super big. Let's see what I can do here. Now I'm hoping this stuff, I might have to glop it on in order to go over some of the blue errors I made here. Because like I said, I don't know if the pink will go over the blue as well as the blue is going to go over the pink. So we're working on getting that. See, here's the blue part here that I kind of painted, but that's okay. Alright, try to get right in here. There's a lot of little nicks and crannies on this guy I gotta try to get. There we go. And slowly getting his arm taken care of here. I did get a new camera over here that I'm using on my paint. On the camera you're seeing right now. I got a new camera. Don't know if it's that big of a difference because I know with YouTube I really can't go over 1080p anyway, or I lose some of the latency I want to do. I'd rather have low latency so I can catch the chat more than I want 4K on this. Though it would be probably a better stream being 4K, but you know what? I'd rather chat more than make this thing look super good. Because if it's 4K, that means you're going to see even more errors I do. So that way I keep it less errors, right? That's the deal. Come over here. I'm going to switch it up here. Now I'm going to come in from this way and try to hit this arm. Again, hitting that part there isn't the end of the world because that's going to be silver. I'm trying to get inside here. So many nicks and crannies here I've got to hit. Oh, I hit his shoulder pad there. That's awesome. I'll go over that again with some blue. Trying to get inside there. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to see in there, so I don't know why I'm so worried about it. But I'll know it's there. I'll know it's there, and that's all that matters. And that's okay. There we go. Some there. Get right here. Get in there. There we go. And I want to glob it on a little bit more. There we go. Boom. There you go. We got our pink and our blue on him. I'm okay with it. There's a few places I hit with the pink that I'll have to retouch up, but that's okay. I just want to look at his face again. Make sure there's nothing here that I really need to work on. Because that's going to be very... People are going to see that. Oh, his chin. I missed his chin. I missed under his chin here. See if I can get to it. There we go. Ha! Super cool. This guy's looking super cool. Oh my gosh. He's looking like a Sentinel. At least as close as I can get him to a Sentinel. That's the deal. I'm just kind of looking him over here real quick. Make sure there's nothing that stands out that I feel I missed that I should hit. Or that needs to look more pink. There we go. I think he's good. What do you think? Think he's okay so far? I think we're okay so far. Okay. Now I'll go to the next color. Come to think of it, this guy's only 5 colors, I think. Oh, I have a couple more. Okay, so we're going to go with metal next just to get the metal on there. And then we're going to move into the face. The face I'm going to cheat on. That's right. You heard it here. I'm going to cheat on the face. This is my metal. This is amazing. So I just kind of hold it out here until it drips onto my palette. Or the little thing here. Boom. There, that's enough. That'll be enough. Boom. Just like that. Perfect. And I'm going to paint this rim silver, trying not to hit the blue. It's my goal. Because I do know that of all the colors, the metal, this metal is going to be more, is going to be harder to get to deal with than any of the other colors I have on here. When it comes to having to repaint over them. I also want to make sure as I'm doing this that as I get inside the middle here, I don't want to get too close to the inside. Because I want to paint that with a color that isn't going to go over the metal either. That's the problem here. So I'm facing 2 dilemmas at the same time. I want to make the silver go around everything, but I don't want to get it too close to anything that's going to be painted with another color. When it comes to and circles on themselves are tough to paint because you have to make the circle look round, and if it doesn't look round, you're going to know it's not a circle, and it's going to look weird. Alright, I think we did okay. A little bit more over here I need to hit. And a little more over on this side. And I'm trying to steady myself. I'm putting my finger right on here to steady myself. That's the deal. There we go. Alright, that one's done. Now we're going to go over here to this one. I got this one on the arm. This one's not too bad because there's nothing in the middle I'm going to try to do with it, so I just got to be careful when I paint the outside of it. And again, not worried about all that blue and pink we hit this with because this metal will go right over it like butter. There you go. Maybe not like butter, but you know, you get the idea. Interesting. There's something here that's not liking my paint. So I'm just going to hit it a lot. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. That one is done. Just like that. Alright. Now let's hit this side. We're going to hit this one right here. Hit silver there. Hit the middle. I think we're going to be good there. A lot of extra paint in there. I think that one looks good. Get a little bit more on this side. Get a little bit more around this outside here. There we go. Oofta. Now comes the hard ones. There's one right in there. You see it? There it is. I'm navigating by feel on this one. I really don't have the greatest view of it. And I'm sure you don't either. If I don't have a good view of it, I don't see how anybody there can have a good view of it. But if you do, that's amazing. I should get like 9 cameras set up, and you can see all different angles and views. I think we did okay. I think we got it. Perfect. Now we got one more again. Look at this guy over here. Got to hit this guy too. Now I'm not going to hit this. I got to fix. That's going to be a different color. It's not going to be metal. This is where they have the repulsors come out, and they have those like go-go gadget arms and stuff like that. They have that they use to get to secure people or whatever. Those are like Dr. Octopus like tentacle things that come out. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah. One little spot. Let's see if I can hit it without hitting anything else. Well, I might have got it. Can't really tell. Can't really see. Alright, I think we're good. Whew. Huh. We made it through the silver. Wow. That was something. I'm going to move that camera a little bit. I moved myself, not going to move my camera. There we go. It means you can see my new camera, but that's okay. There we go. Huh. All right. A few more things need to be silver, but I'm going to do those a little bit later. We're going to go back down. I'm going to use this. What's here? What am I going to use? For the face, I used this. And I don't know if it's the greatest choice. This is Nazred, or what is it? Nazar something, Nazdreg yellow. It's kind of a darker yellow. I wonder if I should have used the other yellow, or because it really is more of a flesh color than anything else. Switching to a different but beloved franchise. Did you hear about and or see the announcement trailer for Aliens Dark Descent video game? No, I have not heard of this beloved Dark Descent video game. But if it's Aliens, I'm super excited for it. Don't know anything about it. I'll have to check that out. Thank you for telling me. I will look that up as soon as I get a chance to. You can always talk Aliens. I'm never going to say no to that. One of my favorite franchises of all times. I just got a new Lego figure. I wish I would have brought it down here. There is a Lego Facebook group called Brick. Darn it, I'm going to do this wrong. Citizen Brick. I don't know if anybody's heard of this. Citizen Brick makes like custom miniature or figures that Lego doesn't. And they are completely compatible with Lego. And I managed to pick up a guy called, I think they call him like Spaceman or something, because they can't use trademark names. And it actually is one of the guys from Alien with his alien bursting out of his chest. And he's like, oh. So it's pretty awesome. This is the new Lego guy I got. I got a new Lego guy of an alien bursting out of a guy's chest. Would you ever think you'd find that in Lego? No. So we're going to use this right here. This paint is, like I said, it's super dark. It's not really the one of choice, but I'm okay with it. I'm totally fine with this. It's going to go all the way from here across his chin lip like this. There we go. Now I'm not going to hit his eyes, because his eyes I got another plan for. We're going to go across that onto here, up like that. That's sick. I have to check it out. Yes. I don't know. They just had like this big brick sale or something. One of my friends that plays Dungeons and Dragons with us, he used to be my singer in my band. He's the one who told me about it. And so he was having the guy was doing a big sale on the stuff, and so I jumped on and picked that guy up. That was the deal. I don't know how many they have, but his name. And they also have a Sigourney Weaver one with a flamethrower. I think he made one like that too, but I didn't pick that up. I should have, looking back on it, but I did not. So we're gonna get on his cheek here. Oh my gosh, can I even get this in his cheek without messing this all up? Let's see here. His hand's kind of in the way. There we go. Now I'm going to try actually and blot some of this out, because some of this is super dark. As you can see, it's pretty super dark. And there's not much I can do because I already painted the other one with this paint. So what I did with that one is I came in with another brush, and after I dried this off, and that way I could, even though it still kind of fell into a lot of the cracks like I wanted it to, I can still kind of get some of it off, so it's not as thick. But I think that'll be okay. I don't like that on the nose. See, there's a little bit on the nose there. We're going to try to get that off. And then as I do that, I screw up and more stays on the nose. That's kind of fun. That's how contrast paints work. Let's see. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got his face on there a little bit. I'll show you the other model here, so you can see what I mean by, there's his face. It was kind of dark, but I had to go with it because I already painted it, and I'm okay with it. Like, remember the rules of painting. One of the rules of painting, there's a few rules you have to go by. One is paint on, move on. So if you got paint on the miniature, move on to another miniature. Because what's the point of keep going back to the same miniature when you've got so many miniatures to paint? You might as well just go to the next miniature. So that's what I'm doing with these Sentinels. Paint on, move on. I'm not happy with the face, but it's on there, and it's okay. I'm going to go on. That's the deal. That's my deal. Same with the... Same with this little thing here. I use the same paint for that as well, and I'm okay with paint on, move on that as well. Now I did see I missed a silver spot somewhere. I think it was on his chin right here. There we go. I'm going to hit that. There's another part I missed too. Oh, his ear right here. There we go. I think other than that I'm okay. Let's hit back there. There we go. Okay. So paint on, move on. That's one of the rules. The other one is, the other rule I have is when in doubt, use gold. That's another rule. It's more just my rule. If I'm not sure like what I should paint something, because I'm not sure what exactly it is, you just paint it gold. And it looks cool. Everybody likes gold. I like gold. Wish I had more gold. So paint it gold. That's the deal. Those are my rules. We still have some more silver to paint. Remember these fingers here that I said are going to be silver? We're going to paint those silver now. And we're going to hopefully not screw up our blue. It's going to be our plan. So we're getting right in here on this guy's thumb a little bit. Go all the way around it here. That's the deal. Let me hit his thumb, so we're just going to kind of try to brush it off real quick. I think it'll work. There we go. Just like that. The first rule of minis is talk about painting minis. This is true. This is true. The first rule of minis is talk about painting about minis. Because everybody needs to chit-chat while they do this. Oh, I think I painted the wrong part of him, didn't I? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, we're okay. Thought I screwed up. But I didn't. Not yet, at least. We'll see. But I did miss his thumb here. I mean, oh, we can't see it because it's focusing on something else. There we go. The Meeple Marathon. Hello, everybody. Ryan, it's awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. Ryan is here. Ryan is. I was actually just talking about how you'd done a kind of a step-by-step on how you painted your Marvel miniatures for Marvel United, and I was going to then. I have to make sure to. I'm going to put a link to that in the description of the video, so if people want to see it, they can, because those were awesome step-by-step instructions. Really well done and really quick too. Quick and to the point, man. It was awesome. Really super cool. We're painting up a Sentinel today. We're kind of working on the top part of it. Here it is so far. There's a few things I'm still working on, but I got his head done and all that stuff. It's really cool. Yes, it was the first class expansion. Yes, it was what it was. It was really neat. I went off a test model. I actually finished one already. This is the one I finished. So this Sentinel's done. And it's just a matter of making this one that I'm working on now look like that one. Because I want them all to look the same. Now, of course, once these are done, my son and I are going to do a playthrough of it. It'll be pretty cool. We're going to do Days of Future Past. He's going to be the Wolverine. This gang got him done right here. He's the Wolverine. He wanted to be him. And I'm going to be Cable. I got Cable done. Except I have to get his eyebrows on there. I forgot to put his eyebrows on there. So Cable's done as well. So these guys are both going to go out into battle against the Sentinels. And, of course, we have Nimrod, who is not painted. We're going to keep him that way because, you know what? I'm not going to paint him. I should, but he's only really 2 colors. It'd be super easy to do. The big guys are on my docket to paint soon. I'll have to go back and watch your color choices. I will. Hey, you don't have to watch that. I will tell them to you right now. All I did was use this color, crystal blue, for the top part here, and I use the voluptuous pink for the voluptuous pink. And I'm not too satisfied with this. I just use Nazgul yellow for the face. It's too dark. It should probably just be a flesh tone of some kind, but I just went with it. Like I was telling people, paint on, move on, that's the deal. So I got the paint on the miniature. I'm pretty happy about it. Though I did put metal medium into all of them. I used the metal medium on the voluptuous pink and the crystal blue. Now, of course, I'm sure if people go look at watch his stuff, he's way better at this than I am. So I'm sure, Ryan, you're going to have a way better plan than I am. That's what I did. That's what I did. The only thing we're doing now, it's interesting because they're really only about 4 or 5 colors. These Sentinels are. And I'm not doing anything super exciting with them. I'm not like doing some kind of metal dry brush on it or anything like that. I'm just painting them up and get them on the board. That's the deal, right? Get them on the board. I think this thing goes, yeah, it does go down to right here. But interestingly enough, these things have this metal right in the middle of their hand here. So you got to paint that metal. And then whenever you paint metal, at least for me, whenever I paint metal, I always put a Nuln Oil wash on it. It's just kind of the rules of metal when it comes to painting silver metal. Gold, I always use the Reichland Flesh shade, which sounds like you should put it on flesh, but I find it also goes really good on gold because gold does really well with red. Sometimes you can even use red on the bottom of your gold, and it gives the gold more of a shine to it, from what I understand. I don't do that, but you can. And I think there's another, I think if you put brown underneath it, it becomes more of a dull gold, but I could be wrong. Can't remember. I'll remember all the things I learned about painting. I've learned by watching YouTube, which is a good place to learn things. Like I've said, Rob's Tabletop World has always been fantastic. He always has done a great job. He's got a whole new place now, which is pretty neat. But we're just painting up these fingers. These fingers are going to be metal. And once they are metal, yeah, nothing crazy here, that's for sure. Oh, I also used some black back here. Just the normal black Templar black on this kind of stuff. And it'll go all the way down through here. I'll put black in there eventually, but I'm not doing that right now. Is that Gundam? Oh, that's funny you should say that, Jason. We were just talking about Gundam models a little while ago. No, this is not Gundam, of course. This is one of our Sentinels. Right? The X-Men Sentinels. Here's what it actually looks like when it's all done. This is my finished model I decided to do. I haven't done the base yet. I painted it gray and just did a black wash, and I'm going to probably dry brush it white. But cool enough, I don't know if you noticed these, but this is in the game when you play. These are going to depend what model it goes after. They have these 1s and 2s on the bases, so it's kind of cool like that. But no, this is awesome. We're painting up some Sentinels. Sentinels are amazing. I hope you survived the super heat today. I did in my operating room. It was awesome. For those that don't know, I work as a nurse in an operating room. It's amazing. And it was nice and cool in there today, though it was about, 104 degrees outside today? It was absolutely ridiculous. My wife took the kids to the beach. It was out of control. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, Jason, I was going to tell you. You were talking to me about where your kids were going to go to school. And I was talking to my wife about that, and she said she goes, yeah, that's a very nice school. So it's the school your kids are thinking about going to, it's going to be fantastic, according to my wife. She's and for those that don't know, my wife's a teacher in the city here. We're just painting up the Sentinels here, going all over the place here, trying to make some silver hands. That's the plan. Yeah, our operating room was successful through the day. I guess the hospital where I transfer out of Stillwater, struggles when the humidity gets bad. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. And they got to stop things sometimes when it gets too humid inside an operating room, which is never fun. Not to mention it gets real when you're underneath some of the lights and stuff. But yeah, I definitely don't. In the wintertime it's a little bit cold, but in the summertime I think it's one of the best places to work. That's for sure. I'm just trying to get inside here. It's kind of tough to see on camera because a lot of this is like underneath things. I found that about these Sentinels that some of the stuff is just so hard to see. That's the deal. I just got back from a 6-hour swim meet in North Carolina. It was 90 degrees at the start of the meet and 80% humidity. Oh, yuck. Ryan, that's yucky. That's yucky. Oh my gosh. We just got home from seeing the new Jurassic Park. Oh, at Marcus Theater in Shakopee. Nice. We have a Marcus Theater up here in White Bear. It's that's where we go to see all ours. Actually, I guess it's in Maplewood. But wow, was it pretty good? I haven't seen it yet. I obviously haven't seen it yet, but I need to see it. That's the deal. I haven't seen the new Jurassic Park movie. Hope it was good. Hope it was good. How'd the swim meet go, Ryan? I'm sure you took first place. No, I don't know. But I do not exercise as much as I probably should. I probably maybe should start swimming. That'd be a good thing to do. My kids are both swimmers. They swim for the Y here in White Bear Lake, is what they do. So it still felt like walking through water even outside the pool. That's probably exactly what it felt like. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. We came in second, but my boys both did well individually. That's awesome. That's really, really glad to hear that. It's always fun. So your whole family swims. That's pretty amazing. I stopped swimming when my kids could beat me, and he was 9. That's when I realized, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. My kid can swim faster than I can. I stopped at Walmart this morning and picked up boxes of Klondike bars. Keeps the OR staff happy. Movie was superb. Good to hear the movie is superb. Yes, Klondike bars are good. We actually have one of our people that works the OR manager position. Her husband, I think, works for Dairy Queen. So sometimes we get Dairy Queen treats, which is pretty nice. I like Dairy Queen treats. Let's see if we can get some of this silver on these hands here. It's just right in the middle, too. Like, you look at a Sentinel and you think, oh, that can't be too bad. Yeah, and then they do this. They pull this like, oh, yeah, except for this one part here is silver. Don't forget that. And I'm like, really? One part here is silver? It goes all the way down. There we go. But up on top, it's just like this little teeny bit here. You can barely even see where it is. It's like right here. That's the deal. And that's silver in there. I have to go see Jurassic Park now. That's the deal. I think that's almost... Oh, there's one little... is that even going to be... Yeah, I guess this is silver right here. It's going to run around this part here. Back of the hand. And then where the hand comes in here is where he's going to shoot out his little, like, go-go gadget arms and stuff like that he does so well. And this, we're going to use that same color that I used up here just to make things easier. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm going to get my oopsie paint out. I have my Gray Sear paint. That's my oopsie paint. I use it whenever I make an oopsie. And I made one right here because I painted some of my inside of the arm here this color. There we go. Probably not going to be able to get the new paint on there tonight, but that's okay. What would you do for a Klondike bar theme song? Oh, yes. I don't even remember that theme song. I should remember that theme song. I should remember that theme song. And thank you so much, Jason. Thank you so much. I haven't heard that theme song in a while. It's funny. We sing the... what's that? Some of the stuff we do on... It's Time to Make the Donuts. That was an old commercial we used to watch a lot that I still know to this day. I do have time to bake the donuts. But thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. It's always a pleasure to see you here. And I'm glad to hear that things are going well. I'm glad that your movie was awesome. My kids actually have taken the summer off of swimming, and my son, one of them is doing golf now. That's the deal. And the other one's going to do piano lessons. Because I'm a musician, so I'm going to make them musicians. No, not. They can always choose what they want to do, but they have to be sure they're doing something. That's the deal. Gotta be doing something. So we're going to paint this chest piece the same color. I'm just that way it kind of becomes uniform. I'm not exactly thrilled with the color, but you know what? All of it will be the same then, and that's just fine. That works for me. Now, one thing about this is I want to make it so that where the edges of this, I want more dark than the inside. I think that should be okay. Now, for the eyes, we're going to do something different. I'm going to use some red because I think it'd be kind of cool. I think I used this. I used Griffin Hound Orange, and again, wasn't too thrilled with it. But since I already used it on one of them, I'm going to go ahead and use it on this one. Not the end of the world. Shake it up a little bit. And that's all the colors I'm going to use on this guy, really. Because that's just what he is. So we're going to get right inside the eyes here. That's the deal. CMON new coming soon. Kickstarter Cyberpunk 2077 has me. Really? They're making Cyberpunk. Interesting. I think I still have my old role-playing game stuff. I know that the video game, I think somebody's remaking the video game, and it's coming to Xbox, if I remember right. Or consoles, at least. All right, I got a little bit out of there, but that's okay. Hope I totally failed this eye completely. Did so much better on the other guy. Wow, I'm a terrible painter. That's okay, I can kind of brush this off a little bit. And if I can get another brush here and quickly get this off him. There we go, just like that. Oh, that was terrible. Ha ha! Look at me go, I'm horrible. Oh my gosh, I kind of totally just ruined this guy. But that's okay, we'll fix this up here. Yeah, I've not played Cyberpunk in a long time. I played the role-playing game a long time ago. Back when, oh my gosh, how old was I then? I was young, maybe? Maybe middle-aged. I was young. I don't remember how old I was when that game came out. That was like when they had like a big run of a lot of different RPGs came out. If I remember, they had Turtles, they had... what are the ones? GURPS, things like that. Off to crash. Be safe in the heat next week. Until next time. Awesome to see you, Jason. You're always welcome. It's always good to see you. Fantastic. Have a good crash. I'm going to be working on this miniature for a little while longer. Actually, I'll probably hit this. This might be getting close to the end here too. That way, I'm going to go over quickly what we all did here, and then probably be signing off. So. But this has been lots of fun. I'm super excited to get to this playthrough. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to do this one. But Jason, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for everything. But overall, I'm excited for these guys coming out. I mean, these Sentinels look pretty awesome. I think they're going to be pretty cool. They're super iconic. My son's super excited to play this. But so, I mean, it's just been. That's really about all this thing is. It's the blue, the pink. I would really go with a flesh tone over what I did here. I wasn't too thrilled with that. Then just some metal, and that's about it. My metal's still working here, so I'm going to kind of finish up these hands. I think the hands are pretty close to done. I think that's about it. Except for the gears. Like these gears down here will also become silver. This will become silver. There's not much more to it. A little bit of black right through here. Now this you could get creative and do different colors for some of the wires and things, but I just did straight black on it. I think it's just fine. This is going to be blue in there. But other than that, that's really the deal. That's really what these Sentinels have to offer. They look cool. I'm pretty excited about them. Last time I held a Sentinel in my hand was when I was playing HeroClix, so it was kind of neat to see some new Sentinels. I do have to dry brush this white. Is what I would dry brush this. I painted this gray because if you notice, the primer on this didn't really prime it that great. That's the deal. Hey, Barrett, looking good. I heard a recent podcast. Your basement is like 40 degrees, so you must be staying cool. Yes. What he's Powell Family Farm. What he's referring to is we had HeroCon here in Minnesota over at the Game Center, kind of my fantasy flight, and Peter from the One Stop Co-op Shop and a couple other people, Terrence from the One Stop Co-op Shop, stopped by because they were there, and I live really close to it, and so does Colin. So they stopped by and played games here in my basement. And Peter didn't bring a sweatshirt, and he was super cold the whole time. And it really was it was a nice day. It was really a decent temperature. I would say like maybe 70s or something. So I had like the window open downstairs, and it was really nice. And finally he turned to me and goes like, "Why is it so cold? The window's open." I'm like, it's really a nice day, man. It's not really that cold. So yes, actually it is cold in my basement, but I don't have a sweatshirt on. I'm wearing just a t-shirt. Seems to work okay for me. But yes, that's what Powell Family Farm is referring to. I was on a podcast with them about HeroCon actually and what we played. But that's it. That is our Sentinel. That's the deal. How much of this game do you own, and do you have every expansion? How much of the minis are you painted that you have? You have? Okay, I have I have everything that came for the Marvel X-Men stuff. I don't have much of it painted at all. Actually, what you see is what I have painted. 2 characters, and I'm working on the Sentinels. I haven't had a chance to get to it because I haven't been. I've played it a few times with my kids, and they enjoy it. But I haven't had a chance to paint much of it because there's always so much to paint. You know, you got to get to all the stuff you possibly can. Do you use your iPhone as one of your live stream cameras? That's my secret trick. Actually, I use multiple iPhones. I've got the one you see in front of me. I've got this one here. I use that, and the one you see in front of you is a Elgato face cam. Those are the cameras I usually use for all my live stream things. I use Elgato face cams and iPhones because the iPhone camera is just really good. I don't have any problem with that at all. I think it looks just fine. Steve, good evening. Good to see you. Nice to see you, Steve. We're working on a Sentinel here. So yes, this is the iPhone camera right here is the one I'm using here. I don't have any issue with it. I think it's just fine. So yes, I do use iPhones on almost all my streams. Believe it or not, I'm planning to do a video at some point soon on how do I record my videos. I've had people ask me for these just to find out my secrets. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't have any secrets. I would really like anybody to do this. I think it's a lot of fun to do if it's something you're interested in, and I don't want anything to hold people back. So if I can teach them how I do it, that'd be great, so then more people can do it. That'd be awesome. When I do film most of my playthroughs, it's with this camera right here. That's the one I use. I used to use this camera, but now I've switched to this one. And that's really the only thing I use. I use that. And I just move it around on my tripods. And that's really how I record almost all of my playthroughs. It's pretty neat. It works really well. It takes a while, but that's the deal. Nice. I need to see this video. I do my standard filming on my iPhone, so I need to know how to use my iPhone to do live streams. I did pick up the OBS for iPhones app. I think it was like $3 or $5 to use it for a year. To be able to use it on the iPhone. If you're using any other cameras, I think it's just straight free for the OBS app, which is what I use for all my live streams here is OBS. But once you buy it on one account, it can actually use. I use it on. Actually, I use it on 3 different iPhones. This one down here, and I have another one upstairs. That is my son's, but he's not really old enough to be doing stuff with it other than just making it more of an emergency phone. So that one I use if I'm doing some live streams as well. So when one account has it, then yeah, you can do that. So yes, I'll be doing a video on that. That's not a bad idea. I might make that my next video after I've already recorded my Bard Song playthrough for the boss fight. So after that, maybe I'll do that video because I had a lot of people asking me about that. I think I'll do that. That'll be good. You guys have inspired me. You've inspired me. I'm going to do this. That's going to be the deal. That's my plan. So yes, here is our Sentinel. Super cool. And for now, he is done. There's some stuff I've got to touch up here and there, but that's okay. I can get that done. The next time you see this, it will be on a playthrough with my son. My son and I will be doing the Days of Future Past for Marvel United. And then maybe after I do that, maybe I'll get more painted up and I'll do maybe Swarm. Who knows? Though I have a feeling that I'm going to be getting a couple other games pretty soon that I'm going to need to paint up as well. One of them being, I'm guessing, I shouldn't say soon, as in like really soon, but I'm looking forward to Bard Song and Stars of Arcarius. I'm hoping both of those come pretty quick. Get those painted up and get those to the table as fast as I can too, because those are going to be awesome games. I'm really excited for those. And other than that, I don't really have too much else coming, I don't think. But, you know, every time I seem to hang out with Colin, he finds some game where he's like, you got to try this game and do a playthrough on your channel if you like it. And I always seem to like what he gives me. So actually, I did get one. I got this one right over here. Whoop, there it is, right there. Right there, right there. I don't know if people can see that game, but he I finally was able to wrestle out of his hands his copy of Unsettled. So I'm planning to do a playthrough of Unsettled pretty soon as well, too, because that game is awesome. If you have not played that one, I do recommend it. I think it's kind of tough to get, but I think they did the second Kickstarter, and I think you can still jump in on it. So I'm super excited to get to that game. That one is a lot of fun. I think it's 2 players, maybe 4 players. I have to look at it again. But that game's super fun. You should check that one out if you have a chance to. That one's super fun. But I think I'm going to call it here. We're going to get these Sentinels to the table soon. I appreciate everyone for joining. Thank you for the wonderful chat. I'm going to try to get a video out soon to show exactly how I do all my videos, so that anybody that wants to do this kind of stuff can do the things that I do with probably what they have in front of them right now. You might have to splurge on a couple things, but overall, I can show you exactly what I do. I'm not afraid to do that. I don't have any super secrets that are like that are unbelievable that I can't share. I don't ever want that. I want people to be able to do what they can do, and want to be able to explore their hobbies and do whatever they want with them. It's part of the love of the game and love of the hobbies, being able to meet so many different people doing this amazing painting and playing of all these different games. It's been so much fun. So that's it. Sentinel is close to done. He is half done, I guess you could say. I'll work on him a little bit more, probably this week, and maybe a little bit this week. And he'll be up on the table probably sometime next week or the week after, depending on how it all shakes out. The summer does make things move a little bit slower because it's summer holidays. So anyway, thank you all for joining. That's it here from Meet Me at the Table, the painting table. I will be coming back again next week with another painting episode, hoping that everybody can join me then. It'll be awesome to see everybody in the chat. It's super fun to see you. It's been fun. Broccoli Docklins, good night. Take care. Meeple Marathon, always a good thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you all for being here. That is it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. And if you're excited to see what we paint next on the painting table, then of course I need you to meet me at the painting table. Thank you again so much, and thank you for joining. I will see you all hopefully next week.